Hello, everybody, and welcome to Club Deck Corner here on Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. I am your host, Scott Carney, and joining me today is Ali Pearson. How's it going, mate?
Not too bad. I was just up at the club shop earlier today getting my top, so that's all sorted now, so you can see it so well.
Yes.
So, no, good day. Scorching as well this week. But, we're all working apart for you, Carney, so you've enjoyed the weather.
I've still been working, mate. I tell you that. We'll get into that in a second. I'll introduce my I was going to say other guest. He's not a guest. The other member of Club at 22, Scotia. How's it going, mate? Also sporting the new top as well.
Mine's came through the post today with Hermes. You're always a wee bit concerned when it's Hermes delivering you stuff, but it was okay. But I'm stuck in work as well, absolutely sweltering.
Yes, I know, mate. It's warm. I've just come into this front room. I've been outside literally all day, and it's absolutely boiling in here. It doesn't help that I'm very much sunburnt on my neck. I've been outside building decking in the back garden. Honestly, man, this DIY stuff, I just don't know why I keep doing it to myself, but it's nearly there. It's nearly done. But yeah, I mean, what a week to be off. We've been out pretty much every day. I went down to Ayr on Tuesday, I think it was, to pretty much a vending machine that sells milk. The Coo Shed, it was called. You go down and it's like proper farm milk that you get, and you can get it in like milkshakes. To be fair, it's absolutely dynamite, but a hell of a drive just to go to this vending machine. The missus wanted to go, so you've got to do these things. But yeah, as you see, both of you are sporting your new tops. Mine's is on its way as well. It's with Hermes apparently. My missus ordered it as part of my birthday, so I'm still waiting in mine. So fingers crossed it actually shows up, because you're bang on, Scotia. You don't really know what's going to happen with Hermes. But anyway, we'll get into why we're here. We're obviously here to discuss Rangers news. But just before I get there, I've just got a wee announcement to make. So we here at Club at 22 have been invited by Bars for Bears to participate in their upcoming Family Fun Day, which includes a match that will include ex-Rangers players. We are going to cover the day the best that we can, and hopefully all things going to plan, we will commentate on the game, see if I can give Clive and Ali a run for their money. So it'll be Bars for Bears versus Nightingale FC on the 10th of July at 2 p.m. kickoff. It's at New Tinto Park, which is near Ibrox. Tickets are available for adults, children, evening and all-day event, ranging from £5 to £15. There'll be food and drink stalls, face painting, a presentation for the winning team, and a photo opportunity with Rangers legends. So I'll leave a link in the description of this podcast where you can go and get your tickets. So come and get involved. You'll see a few ex-Rangers, and of course you'll get to meet some of us. And if that's not worth buying a ticket for, then I don't really know what is. Also, keep your eye on the channel for a special podcast series. Very cloak and dagger with that one, but it will be worth the surprise. So that's that announcement done, gentlemen. Let's get into why we're here, and it is obviously Rangers news. And first off, Rangers have announced their pre-season friendly fixtures and announced an open training session that will be exclusive to My Gers members. Well, I've put up the wrong screen for everybody watching on YouTube. So the first one will be Monday the 5th of July, Partick Thistle away at 7 p.m. kick-off. Saturday the 10th of July, Tranmere Rovers away at 12 p.m. kick-off. Saturday, July 17th is Arsenal at home. Wednesday, July 21st, Blackpool away. And Friday the 23rd of July is our My Gers open training session at Ibrox. So this is kind of tied up with the players returning from pre-season as well. The full gallery of that is on the website. It was good to see Big Katic back. And it's looking promising for fans to be allowed back into stadiums. There is talk of a full house being possible for maybe the first Old Firm game of the season, which would be absolutely terrific. But for the pre-season games, the club have asked the fans not to travel to away games, I suppose. But now, since there's a certain MPs in this country have decided it's okay for Scotland fans to travel to England and cause a spike, but it's not okay for Rangers fans to go to Glasgow at their hometown and not cause a spike. But I mean, are you surprised, really? But I doubt it's going to stop people travelling anyway. But Ali, so you've seen the fixtures and that's pre-season started again. So what's your thoughts? Is it getting your gander up for the new season?
Yes, it's good seeing them back in pre-season training. There's a few of them that have really bulked up, I noticed in the photos. Hadji looks bulked up, and also Scott Wright. Again, the two of them look really bulked up, and you saw that with Joe Aribo and Glenn Kamara last year, and you've seen how they performed. But in terms of friendlies, yeah, Partick Thistle Monday night, which is good. It's straight into it. I'll be watching that. They're all available on Rangers TV. all through the world. So it's not just outside the UK, it's in the UK as well. What they'll charge us, I don't know. It could probably 10 quid a game or something probably, but I'll pay it to watch it, see Rangers back again. So Partick Thistle, reasonable test. Tranmere Rovers, I think Mickey Mellon now manages them from Dundee United, so again, decent. Then you've got Arsenal at home, which is the 17th, which is will still be in level 2 at that point, so I think there's only 2,000 fans possibly could go there. Blackpool away is all right, and then you've got the Midyear's open training session on the 23rd, which is, I think, from the 19th onwards, we go into level 0, so there could be quite 12,000 fans or something like that, potentially. I don't know. So, yeah, it looks decent, and I would imagine, and I think Rangers have said this, they'll have one more at Ibrox on either the 24th or the 25th, I would imagine, as a last pre-season friendly before we face Livingston at home. So, yeah, no, I look forward to it, and good to have Rangers back.
It is good to have Rangers back, mate. I just wish it was just normal and everybody could go back to the games and all that. I'm not looking forward to how they're going to work out who can go and who can't go, because no doubt I'll be one of the ones that can't go, because that's just the way things tend to be. But I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Rangers back in action, and I think there'll still be a few players missing from the game on Monday. I think players like Hollander, possibly Barisic as well. The players are going to deserve a rest. They've been away at the Euros. Kamara as well. There's a chance that he might not be playing. But I suppose it all depends what kind of programme they've got them on coming back. So Scott, you looking forward to the pre-season kicking off now?
It's snuck on me. Snuck on me really, really fast. Can't believe it's Monday before we get to see Rangers again. That's gone really quickly. So really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's the right kind of time as well, because, well, that's all the players for Rangers that were at the Euros out now, so they'll be kind of returning in over the next couple of days, I would imagine. So we've only really got Morelos still involved in the Copa America at the moment. So pretty much getting our full team back over the next few weeks, and that'll give us some good prep for the upcoming qualifier games for the Champions League. I think they're in, but the end of July they're in. Can't remember the exact dates. So looking forward to that. The Arsenal game, it's really disappointing that there's only going to be 200 fans there. This was meant to be the big flagship kind of 150th year friendly, because obviously we've got such historic links with Arsenal. You know, obviously we did once upon a time have those shares, which I'm still raging about that they're gone. So it would have been nice to have a full crowd for that game. So hopefully one of us are lucky enough to get along, because it's been far too long since we've been inside Ibrox to watch a game. And then I could see they've sensibly, or it won't make a difference, but they've put the Blackpool game on the Wednesday. I don't think that'll stop people going down to Blackpool and into the Gallant Pioneer and things like that on that Wednesday. So yeah, looking forward to them all.
Me too, mate. I can't wait now. As I say, you're right, mate. I think the difference of it, when you go through a summer of being champions, mate, you're quite happy with the way the things are with the football and the way it all ended, and your days are much happier. So this has kind of crept up on me as well, and all of a sudden we're kind of back at it. Obviously the Euros helped a bit, being able to watch the Euros and watch Glenn Kamara run the Euros, but unfortunately his team didn't get through. But yeah, as I say, just bring it on now. The open training day thing, there was something like this years ago. Was it not like a family fun day or something? They ran
Nike day.
Nike one.
Rangers v Rangers.
Rangers v Rangers. The most David Murray thing of all time, really. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I don't even know if I'll be able to get along to it. I'm presuming it's going to be on Rangers TV as well. Again, I don't know how much you're actually going to see, because is Gerrard going to show everybody how he trains his team and how he sets things up? I don't know. But it'd be good to see them, and it's basically just a glorified warm-up. It's basically what you're going to watch, but it's still something to go and watch and be able to see players, and also see a few new faces as well.
I think that training session would be pretty good for folk with young kids, and maybe folk that are involved in youth football or any level of football. It'd be good for them if it is a bit interactive in terms of maybe getting a wee bit more detail and things, but we'll need to wait and see how that goes. I probably wouldn't go along myself, because, as I say, I think it's more aimed for younger sort of families and coaches and stuff, and they probably deserve it more than me, to be honest.
Not a chance, mate. I'm a big kid, man. If I get a chance to go, I'm going. There's no doubt about it, mate. I'll swap my shift if somebody if I have to go to it. There's no doubt, mate. I'll definitely go. I'm a big kid with my big Rangers hat on and my scarf and try to get signatures. Damn right I will. But yeah, I mean, it's a good thing for the club to offer. And as you say, it's probably more aimed at kids. But I mean, it would just stop me going. It just wouldn't. So we'll move on. As you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, Scott and Ali are wearing their new tops and Rangers and Castore launch the new home top. So the 150th year anniversary home top. Safe to say it has had a mixed reaction, let's be honest. So I know you're both sitting there with it on, but what's your thoughts now, Ali, that you've got it on? I know you were a wee bit unsure to start off with in terms of the gold, but how are you now with
it? It's nicer in person, if you know what I mean, rather than seeing in photos. The kind of
is that getting to do with the fact that you've spent £65 on it that it's now nicer in person?
Probably, to be fair. The pinstripes just like an indentation, so when the light hits it, you can see it's like a pinstripe. So that's quite nice. The collar's quite thick. Obviously, that's going back to earlier strips. The same with on the sides as well. I wouldn't say I'm fussed with that kind of sponsor there and the Seco in the back. Don't mind the 5 stars in the back, quite like that. In terms of fit, I know a lot of people ask in terms of the fit with the tops because you don't know what the fit's like. I was saying to you guys off camera, I mean, Scott, I don't know what size you've got, but I've got the medium, but it's slight. I would say it's slightly bigger than last season's one around the kind of waist area. It's slightly baggier, if you want to say. Still a kind of slim fit, but the one from last season was tighter, if you want to say. I would say I was at Ibrox today, and it was easy to get in and out to get the top. To be honest, there wasn't a queue. I went during the day because I knew most folk were working. They don't take, for people that might go up there with cash, which is a dying thing these days, they don't accept cash. I did have cash on me today, and I asked the girl at the till, do you accept cash? And she said, no, it's just cards. So anyone going up to the club shop with cash, it is just cards at the moment with Rangers. But no, it's. I love buying the new tops. It's favourite time of the year when the new tops come out. And to be honest, Rangers could release a top for Primark or something, and I'd still buy it, to be honest. But as long as it's got the badge on it. But no, it's on now, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the other strips they'll be bringing out because I would imagine there will be 3 other to make up the 4 founding members of Rangers.
Yeah, it looks like that's the way it's going to go, mate. To be honest. I have seen it. I say I've not got mine yet. I'm still waiting the delivery of it, but I've been at the Superstore and seen it personally. It's the sponsors bit that I'm not the greatest fan of. On the arm and on the back, I just. Is there a need for it? I don't know. I know there's talk about them releasing an unsponsored one, which again I'm probably going to buy as well, let's be honest, because I think that'll look really smart. But the terms of material in that, obviously I've had my hands on it. It feels brilliant. It really does. It feels really, really good. It feels better than last year's top did, that's for sure. And I love the white collar. As I say, see the big white collar. I think it's brilliant. Scott, now that you've got your top on, what's your thoughts on it?
I really like it immediately. Similar to Ali, it looks a lot better in person. It's one of these ones, if there was a white version with just the white on it rather than the gold, I would probably prefer the white. But now that I've got it, I'm really happy with it. Decent fit. I went for a small, fairly comfortable, and I'm carrying a wee bit of timber at the moment. So it's still a decent enough fit for me.
Baffles me that you can get yourself into a small, mate. Honestly, absolutely baffles me.
I've still got tops from the 90s that I can get into.
It's a kid's small. It's not even adult small. It's a kid's small.
But I mean, as I say, fair play to you for able to do it. There's not a chance. I had to get an XL last year, just for my personal, the way you prefer a fit to be fitted, I suppose as well. The large fitted me, but I felt more comfortable in the XL. Turned into a fashion show here, but I think the missus has ordered a large, so hopefully that one's going to fit. But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more from Castore this year.
I know the fourth kit, similar to what they done last year. I'm sure that's coming out on around about the 20th of August, sometime around then when they're releasing the 4th kit. So I would imagine that'll be something similar to this without the sponsors and stuff. So, and hopefully it's not as bad an omen as last season's one.
I would imagine maybe from the feedback they've had, I don't know if it's too late for them to change it. I'd imagine they might get rid of the gold and just release a white one with the Castore and the Rangers badge on it. And if they do, man, they are going to sell a lot of them. a lot of them.
One of the big things as well, the quality with it. Everything's top quality in mine. Not noticed any defects. I know that was a big thing.
It's all embroidered. That's embroidered. The Castore and everything's embroidered now. Last time it wasn't. It does feel better. I did notice that the manufacturer. This one's made in China. I think last year's one was it Turkey? I think a lot.
I think there was a mixture of both. Was there not? There was a mixture.
There was a mix. The material, like you say, the material feels slightly better than last year's one. But I've yet to put it in the washing machine, so I will be putting it in it. Probably a hand wash, to be honest. This year, I'll see what happens.
Who's have you got Moses McNeil on the back and then side of the collar? Yeah, no, that's mine as well. I just had seen something on Twitter that someone had Peter McNeil, but I don't know if that was maybe a Photoshop or something. So I don't know if there's maybe like different the different founding fathers' names on them.
The only ones that I've seen have Moses McNeil on in it, or the name on it. I've not seen anyone that's been any different, to be completely honest. So I think it will be, as Ali said, I think there's going to be another 3 tops, and it'll all be named after the different founding members of the club. So, I mean, fair play to them. As I say, it's a cracking idea to do, and I'm going to buy all of them, and I'm going to be skint this year. Can't wait, man. It's going to be brilliant. But anyway, we will move on to our next bit of news, and it's Rangers have announced that we have sold out season tickets for the 6th year running. An article on the website said Rangers are delighted to confirm season tickets have sold out for the 6th consecutive season. We enter our 150th year anniversary as the first major European club to reach this milestone. Supporters have once again shown their incredible loyalty with maximum number of season tickets sold ahead of the 2021-22 league campaign. The ticket office have worked tirelessly over the close season to sell 45,000 season tickets during a time where supporters haven't been able to attend Ibrox in over a year. It's testament to our incredible fan base. We are particularly pleased that over 1,000 MyJers members received a season ticket from the waiting list. Standing alongside our loyal season ticket holders, the club have further humbled by the backing of our corporate hospitality clients, with the seasonal hospitality places once again being sold out. As we continue to work to return fans to Ibrox in a safe manner, all season ticket holders who are MyJers members will receive ticketing priorities. So, Ali, your thoughts on that, mate? We shouldn't really be shocked, should we?
No, after the season we've had last season, not shocked at all. Rangers fans always take up the season tickets. And we did say the window that we had to do it this year, I think, was something like a 3-week window, which it was quite a quick window to renew your season ticket, and I'm not shocked at all. It's actually quite good that just over 1,000 MyJers members also got a season ticket, which means the actual MyJers is working, if you know what I mean. Guys that couldn't get a season ticket, they went on a MyJers, obviously, and now they've got their season ticket, which is good for that. Because it's hard to get a season ticket at Rangers because it's the guys like ourselves, they won't give up your seat, and
no.
It's it must be hard for some people to actually get a season ticket on that waiting list. So it's good that the actual MyJers has actually come in and is done what it's supposed to do. So I'm not shocked. I mean, I did see today the other side of the city that was it Dominic Mackay or something, their chief executive, came out and said something like they've sold the most season tickets in Scotland. They do have a bigger stadium, to be honest. It's 60,000. We've only got 50,000, so of course they are. But I don't believe they've sold all their season tickets. So, but yeah, in terms of us, 45,000 once again doesn't shock me with Rangers fans. Just expect it, to be honest.
It's absolutely incredible. It really is. But again, it's been incredible, really, considering we've not been able to go to the stadium as well. But yeah, of course, this year is after the season we've just had and the year we're about to go into, 150th year. I say I'm really not surprised by it, and it's amazing. It really is. And as you mentioned, Ali, it's so good to see that the MyJers, the kind of membership and the way that they're trying to do things around that is actually working, and it's provided them with 1,000 of them to get a hold of a season ticket, because I think before that the waiting list was like 5,000 or 6,000, and there's no way 5,000 or 6,000 people are giving up a season ticket every year. There's just no chance of that happening. Scott, your thoughts on us selling out season tickets yet again, mate?
Yeah, no surprise at all. I think everyone's just gasping to get back to the football. There was maybe a bit of suspicion that, that if things were looking bleak in terms of getting back into the stadium, there might have been a drop-off potentially. But, you've alluded to it there, that you don't want to give up your season ticket, because then the waiting list is ridiculously long and it could take ages. I've had my season ticket now, about 5 years, got it in the season we came up from the championship. Played it stupidly though. We win all of the games from the third division upwards, but I'd give Ali money for the tickets, so he's got all the bloody my Jers points that came with that. But, so raging about that because he's in the tier above me. But yeah, you don't want to lose your season ticket, and it's really difficult just to get a ticket for a home game now. If you've not got the season ticket, it can be really difficult unless you know someone, or you've got a supporter club nearby. Because they go really fast. So yeah, no surprise, and yeah, everyone's just dying to get back to watch actual football in the stadium. You seen Wimbledon watching the Andy Murray match last night, and this Court 1 was absolutely jam packed with people, and the envy of being able to kind of go along and watch something like that. I mean, obviously I was at Hampden, but I can't wait to get back to Ibrox.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I cannot wait. And even talking about the Court 1 being full, even the England game the other night, as I say, being an England fan or not, as I say, I've got no allegiances to England in any way, shape or form, or really any international team for that matter, but to see the reaction when they scored, when Stirling scored their first goal, just to see a stadium like that again, I was like, oh, and it literally got me thinking about being at Ibrox again, and I was like, I cannot wait. I just want to be back at Ibrox. I don't think there's any Rangers fan, any season ticket holder that's not absolutely desperate to get back, and that's probably more of a reason, not that they really needed one, that we've managed to sell out again for the 6th year in a row. It really is incredible. We truly are a support like no other. But here's to the next 150th year. 150 years even, and please let me get back to Ibrox. Please let me get back to Ibrox, because it's hard. That even Ali, we spoke about it the day after we went for something to eat, and you're literally sitting staring at an empty seat from across in the Argyle suite that you've just paid £700 for.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's good being Ibrox for that, but actually looking at a seat, it's remembering when we were back there, and it was the Leverkusen game, was the last game we were at. But I mean, Jason Leach has been out recently saying, the 9th of August in Scotland is the Freedom Day, if you want to call it, which England are getting soon. And he's basically alluded to that from the 9th of August, football stadiums could be at full capacity. And he's been on record saying it. And we all know the next Old Firm after that, unless we get somebody in the cup at home, is Celtic at Ibrox. I mean, What a game. If that is our first game in a full house back at Ibrox, oh my God. Let me in at 8 in the morning, honestly. Can have a right sash bash before the game starts.
Yeah, for God's sake, yeah, we could,
Honestly, it would be, what a game to have fans back in, and I think Sky would eat that up as well, to have fans back in as their showcase, and it would be amazing, but you just don't know this Scottish government how it's going to go. You don't know how they're going to play it. You don't want to go too much political, but you see Nicola Sturgeon coming out. She was asked the question this week about Scotland fans going down, and she came out with the line basically, how can we control it? Yet she came out to Rangers when it happened in George Square and said Rangers should have done more. So hypocritical is the word.
Yes, I'm surprised he didn't blame Rangers for Scotland fans going to England, mate, to be completely honest. But I mean, if that's going to be the first home game back, mate, my goodness, that is going to be absolutely spectacular. And just knowing that you've got a ticket for it, it's just, if it happens, it's just a great feeling. God, Scott, you'll not survive if the first home game back's an Old Firm game at Ibrox.
I will not, no.
But yeah, I mean, we'll just need to keep our fingers crossed that it happens. But again, congratulations to you boys. Congratulations to everybody else that's managed to sell out the season tickets again. It's a remarkable achievement, and it's brilliant for the club. And let's just keep our fingers crossed that we get into Ibrox as soon as possible. So we'll move on, gentlemen, and we'll move on to the Trophy Day experience. So I took my dad to the Glen Hill Hotel in Paisley for the Trophy Day experience as part of his Father's Day. It's certainly something I will not forget in a hurry. It was a great experience to get my hands on the trophy. There is a video on YouTube from our day. I attempted a blog, if you like, but we also went a wee wander around the stadium. So please go check that out, obviously after listening to this show. But it was someday, a real day to remember. Got to meet a Rangers legend, Derek Johnson, as well, which my dad was particularly delighted about, as he's very much a player from his generation. So again, it's an experience again I'll probably never forget. Look, I bought it for my dad's Father's Day. I'm not going to lie, there was a lot in it for me as well. But just my dad messaged me after it as well, just going, "Can you believe we've just had our hands on that trophy?" And it was brilliant. Honestly, it was really good. So check out the video; it was cracking. But Ali, you've seen the video back now. What were your thoughts on the day, and what's your thoughts on doing something like the Trophy Day experience? The club obviously offering that to fans.
Yeah, there was a wee bit of when Rangers brought the trophy experience out at 25, 35 quid, whatever it was. There was a lot of fans going, "That's a lot of money for a photo with a trophy." But I knew there'd be something more behind it. And obviously, watching your video, you can see there was a legend there, as in Derek Johnson. You get a photo, you can obviously speak to him. It looked a good day. It's good to see Bob with his haircut. To be fair,
yes,
I liked him with the long hair because he looked like Scotia's dad. To be fair, so it was. I looked good with the short hair, Bob, and it was a bit of a natural on the camera as well. I could see Bob doing a show with us, and this we could bring him on if he could work the technology. But it was it looked a cracking day. To be fair, you said good weather too, and yeah, I mean Rangers are going to do these things. I mean, we've just won 55. They might as well. It's not milk it, but they might as well do as much stuff as they can in terms of revenue into the club. And from what you've said about your experience, it sounds like it was worth the money to you, especially to do it.
Yeah, it was worth it for me, more to see my dad's reaction as well and to see my dad's thought on it. In terms of him doing a pod, mate, my dad could talk to anybody, I think. The only thing is my dad still lives in a house that's got no Wi-Fi in it, mate, so the only time he gets to use the Wi-Fi, he has to go over and stand outside the pub if he wants to send a message, so there's no chance that he'll be doing that anytime soon. And I sprung on him, to be honest. He had no idea that he was going to be on a video for the podcast, but he took it in his stride, to be honest. I say the bit we were doing outside Ibrox, I was walking down, you'll see it if you watch a video. I said to him, "Do you want to say in before I record?" He was like, "No, no, just you do it." I was like, "All right, Dad, don't bother." Scott, what's your thoughts on the Trophy Day experience, mate?
I've been based on your video. It looked like an absolutely cracking day. I've not applied for it or anything. I know what they're going for Inverness. I know they're getting Nyla Lewis as well over in Belfast. Got all over the place
as well. Falkirk and I can't remember else. There's a few other places.
So they've spread it about to get let folk from different areas get the opportunity to do it, and it looks absolutely brilliant. To be fair, and yeah, the 25-30 quid. That's nothing really. It's a memory, and money can't buy you those. Well, obviously it can there, but that it's worth it for that memory. Picture you holding the trophy, the 55th trophy, most important trophy we've probably won. To get us back to where we belong. So yeah, it looked absolutely brilliant. A wee bit envious of you again, yeah, but I've just not got the time to get away from work.
No, I know Ali's envious too, but Ali would never admit that he's envious of me. There's not a chance of that. But you can tell by my face as well. The cheeser on my face when with the picture getting took, it was just I'm holding the trophy, I'm holding the trophy. And I couldn't help myself. I kept saying to myself, "Don't cheese like a big kid," but no, I definitely did. But it was a great experience. It was something I'll never forget. Yeah, I thought about the price of it and whatever else, and I thought, maybe I shouldn't, but it's irrelevant. As I say, once you kind of build a memory like that, the money's really irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. Christ, we all sit in the club deck, lads. I don't think we really think about how much it costs. We'll just do it because that's just the way we are. That's just what we'll do. But yeah, I really had a great day. So please go check out that video. And if you are thinking of doing it, I cannot recommend it enough. It is absolutely tremendous. It's a day I truly will never forget. I've not quite got the picture into a frame yet, but I definitely am, and it will take pride of place on my wall. It was a fantastic day. So, gentlemen, Ali, you had one more bit of Rangers news that you wanted to discuss before I move on?
There was one. Well, there was another one as well, which I don't know if you.
So there's two then, is what you're saying.
There's two. There's another one, but my phone's been charging for a while, so I don't know if you text before this to say if in case you were doing something else. But no, just before we come on, it's not a major one, but Josh McPake has signed a new contract to 2024. He's only 19. He's going on loan to Morecambe, which I think they got promoted to League One in England. So that's him going up a league in England to see how he does there. So that's good. It's a longer contract. A lot of these boys, you see that they only really sign 1 year contracts to see what happens. So Rangers must think there's something in the development of him, so that he'll be one to keep an eye on for next season. And the other one, which I don't know if you're going to discuss, which I thought you may, was the rumour I seen last night, and I had a chuckle when I read it, was Tav to Man United.
I was literally just about to do that after you'd finished that, mate. It's a wee bit of a worry, to be honest.
There was, and I looked into it, and there was other Arsenal and Brighton and a couple of other teams looking at him, and he's just a guy, Tav, you never really see as leaving Rangers at the moment. I don't think he will, to be honest, but he's 29, he's very settled in Glasgow, he's 2 young kids and his missus as well, but to see him linked with Man United, you never see Man United linked with our players, especially players that are maybe youth players like a Billy Gilmore, but in terms of established players for Rangers, you never really see that. And yeah, I don't know what Rangers would value Tava. I really don't. If he was to go to a so-called Man United at the age of 29, I really don't. But it was a weird rumour, but I don't really believe it if I'm being honest.
And in the words of a bad movie, bad guy, it would be $200 million. Thank you very much to get James Tavernier at that club. Look, if it's true, and Man United are going to come calling, Rangers can charge whatever they want. I don't think there's really an option. I know they were going after, was it Trippier? Man United went after. Mm-hmm. And that looks like that's fell through, and that's not going to happen. So I don't know if this is just an easy link, but from what I've heard, it has appeared on a few Man United supporters groups, like forums and stuff like that as well. So you never know, but maybe it's blue-tinted glasses, mate, but I just don't see him. I don't see him going. Nah. Scotia, your thoughts on Tav to Man United?
Yeah, only briefly seen this, and I was, to be honest, mixed emotions, worried a wee bit, because it's Man United. What player, would not be tempted by that? Is Wan-Bissaka still there? He's not leaving, is he?
No, you're basically you'll be back up to the right back. Wan-Bissaka will be him.
I don't know. It's as I say, it's Man United. Even being a backup at Man United, still, and obviously Tav being English, I don't know who he supports, if he's like a sports one. He's
Leeds. He's a Leeds fan, I think.
Leeds.
Well, maybe that'll put him off joining Man U then, because they don't like each other too much, do they? But there was the other emotion you had is, this is actually brilliant. This is where we want to be. Our players getting linked, even if it is going in at a backup, our players getting linked with big clubs. It's not happened in years, probably since the early 90s, late 90s. Mm-hmm. Laudrup went down to Chelsea.
You can see Alan Hutton to Spurs possibly, but yeah.
So it's good to see that, it just reconfirms that we're back where we belong. So it's good in that respect, I think.
100%, mate. I think after a season that we've had, I think we would be not gutted, but you'd be kind of questioning why is nobody really getting linked with moves away. Tav has been sensational for us. I mean, there really is no doubt he grew into a proper captain, and especially the season he had last season, he's been incredible. I think the only reason we're all a wee bit worried, because we all went, oh God, it's Man United, and they could offer him about 70 grand a week to sit on a bench. Do you know what I mean? It's Man United. Do you know what I mean? You get a chance to play at Old Trafford and whatever else. And I really don't have an English team at all. I've been to Old Trafford and it's very impressive. But, I mean, I don't think there's many players in the world that would think, well, I'm not going to go to Man United. But, again, it's all a wee bit paper talk, kind of just rumours flying about. But, I mean, I don't know. It made me feel uneven. Put it that way. Uneasy, even. It made me feel uneasy. when I seen it. But I suppose we'll just need to wait and see. But I think I'm praying that he stays. So we'll move on, gentlemen, and we'll finish up with just a quick Euro roundup. So all the Euro results since our last show have really provided me with is the confirmation that I'm correct not to bet on football, because I would be absolutely rooked, because there's not one prediction I don't think that I really got correct. Maybe only one, maybe only Spain. I think it's the only one that I maybe got right. But France going out is obviously the biggest shock of the tournament. But we now have our quarter-final fixtures, which will be Switzerland v Spain, Belgium v Italy, Czech Republic v Denmark, Ukraine versus England. Now, I said it on the last pod, lads, that England genuinely could have a chance here. And now that either Belgium or Italy are going to be out, I mean, England could easily get themselves to the final here. What's your thoughts, Scott? Scott, I'll come to you first, because that'll kill you if England get to the final.
A wee bit, I think. Yeah, I'm not one of these people that's anyone but England, but I don't really support them, and I give a wee cheer when Muller missed. That's the kind of litmus test to whether or not you're bothered about it. When Muller missed his opportunity in the game the other day, I put my head in my hands and went, "Oh, I made a noise." So that kind of tells you everything with me. Yeah, they've got a decent chance. They're in the easier half of the draw on paper. But the same was said about them at the World Cup last time. That they've got the easy half of the draw, and then they came up against Iceland and were put out. So although it looks easy on paper, there might be an upset, but I probably would suggest that they will get through to the final. Although I think if Denmark get through, are they playing Czech Republic, Denmark? If Denmark can get through that. Denmark have kind of impressed me, and there's obviously the kind of story behind that. Obviously, what happened with Eriksson was really, really terrible, and obviously it's good to see that he's recovering now. But there's that story behind them, and they're building momentum similar to kind of what they done in '92 at the Euros when they went on to win that. So yeah, they've got a good chance. But we'll need to wait and see. They've slipped up in the past before.
So who's your favourites? Still Italy?
Still Italy. Yeah, I think I said last time Netherlands and Italy, and then Netherlands going to get chucked out. So I would say Italy, but they've got the Belgium-Italy games, the draw of that round, game of that round. And Belgium have been kind of starting to click into gear. De Bruyne's getting back to full fitness now, so that'll be a really good game. That's tomorrow night at 8:00. So I'm looking forward to that one. But still going for Italy. I've got a tenner on them to win. So I want. So that's everything else I've put money on as the same as you. I went away. I'd put on a tenner for Mbappe to be top goal scorer, and you get a £3 bet back every time he scores. That was a waste of money.
Yeah, I as I say, I didn't bet, mate, on this. I just thought, nah, I'm not going to bother. I was tempted to put France on. I was tempted to put England on, because they'll need to win one at some point. Do you know what I mean? It's going to need to happen, and I'm not. I just say I've got no international team at all. But France going out was a shocker. I think everybody knew when Mbappe went up and hit that penalty. Everybody knew he's going to miss that. Like everybody was like, "There's no chance he's scoring that." Ali, your thoughts on the last round, if you like, and obviously the fixtures that are coming up in the Euros?
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that I work for an English company, and I was speaking to them before the Germany game, and I said to them, if you get past Germany, and I did fancy England to get past Germany, because I watched Germany against Hungary, and they were pretty poor, to be honest. And I said to them, if you get past Germany, you've basically got a kind of, not a free run, but a run to the final, basically, the easier side of the draw, if you want to call it. And I'm actually down in England at my head office next week when the semi-finals are. So, and I know we're out for dinner one of the nights when the semi-finals are. So I could be in amongst England fans next week watching a semi-final, which I'm not looking forward to. Unless they get beat, I'd be delighted with that, to be honest. So, but no, they've got a right good chance, England. They're not the best of teams to watch, England, I don't think. You can see how Southgate sets them up. Very Walter Smithish, hard to beat, nick a couple of goals. And to be fair, if that's the way they're going to win the Euros, England fans will take that all day long. Look at these other teams where it's ending 5-3 all the time. That's a bit, you can't take that in your heart every week. But it's been good, the knockouts. It's been some cracking games. But I really think England play Saturday against Ukraine. Ukraine went 120 minutes against Sweden, and I think England will beat Ukraine convincingly. I really do. Ukraine didn't really do much. I thought Sweden were unlucky. Big Phil come on, played 30 minutes, whatever it was. But yeah, if I had to pick somebody probably to win it, I would go with Belgium. I think they're clicking into gear. De Bruyne, I think, get taken off the last game injured, so I don't know how he is, but I would fancy Belgium. I think England will get to the final, but if they face a Belgium, a Spain, or an Italy, I think it'll be tough for them, and I think it'll be Belgium they'll face.
I genuinely think England could beat Spain. I do. I don't think Spain are not that great. I know, obviously, the 5-3 match the other night was incredible, and even there was so many. Like, a few of the games were brilliant. The Ukraine and Sweden. Yeah, the Ukraine and Sweden game was one of the worst games of football I've ever watched in my life. I didn't get much enjoyment.
On and on for ages.
Honestly, man, I was like, somebody going to score? Then I was like,
it's going to be deck all the time.
I was like, there's going to be penalties, and then he scores at the last minute, and I was gutted. I was like, you've took penalties away from me. But I mean, fair play to them for getting through. But I mean, I just think something's going to happen with England. As I say, it's going to happen at some point. I sound like an English fan, I'm not.
Well, see England, Scotia, you probably know. Have they not got every home game at Wembley and they're on up to the final?
No, they've got the Ukraine games away in Rome. And then,
is that what it is?
Yeah, then they're back. Then the games are back to Wembley for the last semi-final.
It's their best chance to win a major competition. It really is. I mean, folks said that about Scotland having 2 home games at Hampden. They made an arse of it. So,
but I agree.
I was going to say the typical England thing would be to knock Germany out, but get put out with Ukraine. I mean, that's what happens to England usually.
Yeah, I mean,
I just can't see it.
Germany were poor. I mean, Germany were really poor.
That Timo Werner up front, I mean, I take Scotia through the game. He is rotten. He's not a striker, by the way. He's a guy with pace, but that's it.
Yeah,
he's suffering the Chelsea curse.
Aye, that's
probably a lot of strikers go to Chelsea and don't click into gear. Torres, Morata spring to mind.
Mm-hmm. But they were just so poor, man. But again, I think because England are kind of set up to hard to break down, and I don't know. Just got a funny feeling that they're going to do it, and I don't want them to win it. Of course, I don't want them to win it, but I would, at my outset, if I was going to put money on it now, I would put money on England to win it because I think their draw looks okay. So obviously they play the winners are Czech Republic and Denmark. That would be a good game. England and Denmark, I think, would be a good game. Or the most defensive display you've ever watched in your life, one of the two. And yeah, Belgium and Italy is kind of the big one in the next round. So, Scott, your favourite's Italy, and Ali, your favourite's Belgium. And Matt, I'll say England. So Denmark are going to win it probably. So go put your money on that, everybody, because we know nothing. We know literally nothing. But that'll do us for tonight, gentlemen. We'll wrap up there. Let you get outside and enjoy the rest of the sunshine. I'm sorry for making you staying in such a beautiful day. But Scott, thanks very much for your time today, mate.
Cheers, guys. Speak to you later.
Ali, thank you as always, mate.
No problem. We'll speak to you later on.
So shameless plug from me. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the videos, give us a wee 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, leave a comment, like and share anywhere that you possibly can. It really does help support us. It really does help us get out there to more Bears. Thank you to all for listening, and come down to the Bears for Bears Family Fun Day and say hello. It would be good to meet some of you. So we are Club at 22, the Champions Podcast, and we will speak to you all next time. Cheers.